Introduction. This video breaks down the core teachings of Abraham on manifestation. If you've ever wondered what the vortex really is, how emotions guide your vibration, or how to actually allow your desires to show up, continue listening. Chapter 1. You attract what you focus on. There is one idea that underpins every single thing Abraham teaches, and it's this. You attract what you focus on, not what you want, not what you deserve, but what you give your attention to, consistently, emotionally, vibrationally. The law of attraction, as Abraham explains, is always at work. Like gravity, it doesn't pause. It doesn't care whether you're focused on something positive or something unwanted. It simply responds to your vibration, and your vibration is shaped by your focus. That which is like unto itself is drawn. This means that if you're thinking about abundance and feeling good about it, more abundance is drawn to you. But if you're worrying about money even while saying affirmations, your dominant vibration is lack, and the universe must reflect that. Manifestation isn't about hard work or earning through struggle. It's about alignment. And alignment starts with attention. Focus is creative power. What you focus on becomes your point of attraction. Abraham calls this your set point. It's the frequency you're broadcasting. When you think a thought and feel a feeling, you activate a signal. Hold that thought and feeling for just 17 seconds, and similar thoughts start to join it. At 68 seconds, Abraham says, momentum begins to build. This is how you begin to create energetically, long before anything becomes physical. And here's the truth most people miss. You're always manifesting, not just when you meditate or visualize. Every thought is a request. Every focus is an invitation. Are you focused on problems or solutions? On what's missing or on what's becoming? The universe is listening to the frequency of your attention, not the words you say. The paradox of wanting. This is where it gets tricky. When you want something, truly want it, you often notice its absence. You want a loving partner, but you keep thinking about how lonely you are. You want financial freedom, but you keep stressing over the bills. You want to feel purpose, but your dominant thought is, I haven't found it yet. So the universe, by law, matches that vibration of lack, not your spoken desire. Abraham teaches that you can't fool the universe. You can't affirm abundance while feeling lack. The universe doesn't hear your words. It feels your signal. This is why so many people feel stuck in their manifestations. They're asking for what they want while focusing on its absence. And the law of attraction can only give them more of that feeling. The first step to changing what you attract is not dramatic effort. It's subtle redirection. Start by observing your thoughts and asking, does this thought feel good? If it doesn't, you're out of alignment. That's not a problem. It's a signal. It's guidance. So what do? You reach for a thought that feels a little better. That's it. Not perfect, just better. You might shift from I'm broke to I've made it through hard times before, from I'm so alone to I'm open to new connection, from I don't know what I'm doing to I'm learning to trust the process. These are vibrational upgrades. They seem small, but they matter, because every time you feel a bit better, you raise your frequency. And when your frequency changes, so does what you attract. Your life is always responding to you. Here's the real beauty of this teaching. You are not at the mercy of your past. Your point of attraction is shaped by what you're focused on right now. The past doesn't matter. Your upbringing doesn't matter. Even what happened this morning doesn't matter. Only your vibrational offering in this moment determines what's next. So if you start to think differently, if you start to soothe your thoughts and focus on relief, the universe begins to respond instantly. You may not see it right away in physical form, but momentum begins immediately. Energy starts moving. Alignments begin forming. As Abraham says, you cannot get it wrong and you never get it done. Every moment is a new beginning. Every moment is a chance to focus deliberately and invite something better. What you focus on expands. Energy flows where attention goes. You don't need to push or force. Just observe how your focus feels. Shift gently toward thoughts that bring relief. You're not manifesting with effort, you're manifesting with vibration. The more you align with what feels good, the more you allow what you want to flow in. This is the beginning of all creation. Focus with awareness and watch what happens. Chapter 2. You are a vibrational being in a vibrational universe. To understand manifestation, you must first understand who and what you really are. You are not just a body. You are not just your thoughts. You are not just your circumstances. You are a vibrational being. Everything you experience, every sound, color, object, emotion, desire, and even thought is vibration. Every part of your being is made up of energy and motion, and the same is true of the entire universe. You are extensions of source energy, and that source is vibrational in nature. What does that mean? It means the most important part of you is not visible. It's not what others see, or even what you say. It's the frequency you emit, moment by moment, like a broadcast signal. And everything that comes to you, people, money, ideas, opportunities, is responding to that signal. The universe doesn't speak English. It speaks vibration. You can speak beautiful affirmations all day long, but if you don't feel aligned with them, they won't create the results you want. Because the universe isn't listening to your words, it's listening to your frequency. That's why Abraham teaches, your emotion is your most honest vibration. You can't fake it. If you say, I'm abundant, but feel desperate, your true offering is lack. And the law of attraction must respond to that. This is not punishment, it's precision. It's the fairness of a vibrational universe that doesn't judge, only mirrors. So if you want to shift your outer life, you must first shift your inner vibration. Abraham often describes this in terms of two selves. One, the physical you, the one in a body having contrast, experiencing preferences, and living in real time. Two, the inner being or source self, the broader, eternal, vibrational aspect of you that never loses sight of your power, worth, or desires. Your inner being is always tuned to the highest version of you. The moment you experience a desire, more love, more freedom, more expansion, your inner being becomes it. It holds that frequency steady, unwaveringly. The question is, are you catching up to that version of you, or are you resisting it? The more your vibration matches your inner beings, the better you feel, and the more you allow everything you've asked for to flow into your experience. Your mood is a vibrational reading. Think of your mood like a vibrational weather report. If you're joyful, relaxed, curious, or eager, you're in high alignment. You're vibrating at the level of your desires. If you're frustrated, anxious, or heavy, you're out of alignment. But that's not a bad thing. It's simply guidance. Emotion is how you know whether your current vibration matches the life you've asked for. Abraham often says, nothing is more important than that you feel good. This isn't selfish, it's vibrational hygiene. It's tuning your instrument to the frequency of everything you want. When you understand that you are vibrational first, you stop trying to control everything outside of you. You stop reacting to conditions and start deliberately cultivating your signal. You become less of a reactor and more of a creator. You don't have to fix reality, just tune to a new one. One of the most liberating parts of this teaching is this. You don't have to go out and fix your life. You don't have to earn, hustle, or prove anything. You simply have to shift your vibration and reality responds. Why? Because you're living in a vibrational universe where reality molds itself around your dominant frequency. That means there's no limit to what can change, no limit to what can improve, no limit to what can show up once you tune to it. That's why Abraham teaches about pre-paving, about focus, about staying in alignment. Because when you line up with what you want vibrationally, the universe begins rearranging itself to meet you there. This is the magic and the science of creation. You are a vibrational being living in a vibrational universe. The universe responds to your frequency, not your effort or words. Emotion is your guide to how you're vibrating right now. You have a broader, non-physical self, inner being, that always knows your worth and holds your desires. When your mood rises, your vibration rises, and your world shifts with it. So rather than trying to control the world, begin by tuning your inner signal. Your reality can't help but catch up. Chapter 3. The 3 steps of creation. According to Abraham, the entire process of manifestation can be broken down into just 3 steps. First, ask. Second, it is given. Third, allow. That's it. 3 steps. No struggle, no forcing, no proving. Creation, in its truest form, is not a laborious process. It is a vibrational unfolding. When you understand these 3 steps, you understand the architecture of every manifestation you've ever had and every one yet to come. Let's walk through them one by one. Step 1. Ask. Asking happens naturally. You don't have to write it down, chant it, or say it out loud. Every time you experience contrast, a moment where you know what you don't want, you launch a rocket of desire for what you do want. You feel financial pressure? You ask for abundance? You feel loneliness? You ask for connection? You feel stuck? You ask for freedom, clarity, movement? This step is effortless. It happens automatically as part of life. You are constantly refining your preferences and launching desires, often without even realizing it. Abraham says, "You cannot stop asking because you cannot stop living. And every moment of living is calling forth new desire." So even if you never wrote down a goal again in your life, you'd still be asking. The question is not if you're asking, but what you're vibrationally focused on after you do. Step 2. It is given. The moment you ask, the universe answers. Immediately. No delay. No doubt. No judgment. Every desire you launch is instantly received by Source, and it is created in vibrational form. It already exists in what Abraham calls your vortex of creation, the non-physical realm where everything you've ever asked for is being held for you in pure, energetic form. This step is not your job. It's the job of the universe. The coordinating of people, timing, ideas, and resources. It's all happening behind the scenes on your behalf. You don't have to figure out how it will come. That's not your work. You just have to know that. When you ask, it is always given, every time, without exception. That's not wishful thinking, it's vibrational law. The only reason something hasn't shown up yet in physical form is not because it's missing, but because you're not yet a match to it vibrationally. And that brings us to the final step. Step 3, allow. This is the step where most people get stuck. Allowing means becoming a vibrational match to what you've already asked for. It means lining up emotionally and energetically with the version of you that already has it. Let's say you've asked for a thriving relationship. The universe has already answered. But if you're focused on loneliness, disappointment, or doubt, you're not allowing it in. You're tuned to the frequency of its absence, not its presence. Abraham uses the analogy of a radio. If your desire is broadcasting at 101.7 FM, but you're tuned to 88.3 FM, you can't hear it. Not because it's not there, but because you're not tuned in. So how do you allow? You allow by feeling good, by reaching for better thoughts, by practicing relief, by daydreaming, by appreciating what's already working, and by relaxing your resistance. You allow by trusting the process and getting into the energy of your desire before it physically arrives. Allowing is emotional. It's energetic. It's about alignment, not action. And when you allow fully, when you become a vibrational match, manifestation becomes inevitable. Let the universe handle the how. One of the biggest shifts in consciousness is realizing that you don't need to chase your dreams. You need to align with them. You don't need to control the path, because source energy is orchestrating it better than you ever could. Your only job is to maintain the vibration of what you want, to become it in energy, before you see it in reality. And here's the paradox. When you no longer need the manifestation to feel good, it comes easily, because your vibration has already become a match. That's the art of allowing. You don't need to work harder to manifest. You need to soften, trust, align, and feel your way forward. Everything you want is already waiting. The question is, are you letting it in? Chapter 4. The Vortex. There is a place, non-physical, but very real, where every dream you've ever dreamed already exists. Every healed relationship, every dollar you've ever asked for, every joyful experience, vibrant body, burst of inspiration, or love that lit your heart on fire. It's all there. Abraham calls this place the vortex. The vortex is the vibrational reality of everything you've asked for. It's the energetic holding space for all your desires. The moment you asked, they were created. And Source, your inner being, is in the vortex, already becoming the version of you who has them. The question is, are you inside the vortex or outside of it? Because being in the vortex means being aligned with your desires. And that alignment is what allows them to flow into your life. What is the vortex really? The vortex isn't a place you visit. It's a vibrational state, a frequency. When you're in the vortex, you feel light, clear, joyful, grateful, free, expectant, and in love with life. You're not trying to control outcomes. You're not fixated on problems. You're in flow. You trust the unfolding. You feel safe, satisfied, and connected. That feeling of everything is working out for me, that's the vortex. And from that state, manifestations begin to pour in because you are finally a match to the vibrational version of your desires. The vortex holds it all. You may think, but I asked for things years ago. I visualized, I hoped. Nothing happened. The truth is, it did happen. The universe received your asking, and your desires were launched into the vortex immediately. They still exist there. They are not lost. They haven't expired. They're simply waiting for you to join them, vibrationally. Think of it like this. Every desire you've ever had is in a high-frequency cloud, like a spiritual hard drive filled with your dreams, already completed in energetic form. They exist, but you can only download them when your signal matches the frequency. And the match comes through feeling good. That's your access point. Joy is the password. Appreciation is the key. How do you enter the vortex? You can't force your way in. You can't hustle your way in. You can't argue with reality and then expect to flow with Source. You relax into the vortex. You vibrate into it. You soothe your way into alignment. Here's how. Appreciate something, anything, the sky, your breath, a memory. Appreciation lifts your frequency immediately. Meditate to quiet resistance. Even 10 minutes of stillness can retune your vibration. Visualize without trying to make it happen. Just let the good feeling rise naturally. Reach for better thoughts, even if they're small. I'm doing okay. This could work out. Things are getting better. Savor moments of ease. A good cup of tea, a song, a soft breeze. Let life love you. The more you do these things, the more you raise your frequency. And the more time you spend in the vortex, the more magnetic you become to what you want. The vortex doesn't need you to be perfect. Abraham is clear about this. You won't be in the vortex all the time. That's not the goal. Contrast is part of life. Frustration, doubt, confusion, these are not signs of failure. They're just feedback. They let you know when you're out of alignment so you can gently steer back in. The goal isn't perfection, it's awareness. When you notice you're out of the vortex, you don't panic. You pause. You soften. You choose a better feeling thought. And you return. And with practice, that return gets easier, faster, sweeter. You stop reacting to circumstances and start responding to vibration. You become a deliberate creator. Why the vortex matters. The vortex is where your power is. Not because it's a magic place, but because it's where you become a match to everything you desire. It's not a reward. It's not a secret club. It's your natural state, your truest self. When you're in the vortex, you're in sync with Source. You're allowing everything that is already yours to flow into your life. And that's the essence of manifestation. Not striving for what's missing, but allowing what's already waiting. The vortex is the vibrational reality where all your desires exist. Your inner being is always in the vortex, becoming the version of you who has everything you've asked for. You enter the vortex through alignment, feeling good, appreciating, and allowing. You don't have to stay in the vortex all the time, just long enough to build momentum. Manifestation happens when your vibration matches what's already in your vortex. You don't have to create the dream. It's already done. You only have to become the you who allows it. Chapter 5. Emotions are your guidance system. In a vibrational universe, how do you know if you're on the right path? How do you know if you're aligned with what you've asked for or moving in the opposite direction? The answer is beautifully simple. Your emotions tell you everything. According to Abraham Hicks, your emotions are not random reactions. They are a precise inner compass, constantly letting you know how close or how far you are from your desires, your vortex, and your true self. When you understand your emotions, you no longer feel confused about what to do. You no longer wonder, is this working? Am I manifesting right? You know, because you can feel it. Emotions is vibrational feedback. Every emotion you feel is a reading of your current vibration. It's like your personal vibrational GPS. When you feel joy, love, ease, or appreciation, you're in alignment with your inner being. When you feel anger, fear, guilt, or overwhelm, you're out of alignment. But you're also receiving powerful feedback to course correct. This feedback is instant. The emotion always matches your current focus. That means the universe is giving you moment-to-moment updates, not with words, but with feeling. As Abraham says, emotion is your indicator of what you're doing vibrationally. It's not about right or wrong, it's about resonance. Does this thought resonate with your source self or clash with it? Your emotions will always tell you. And remember, there are no bad emotions. It's tempting to think that negative emotions are wrong or a sign of spiritual failure. But Abraham is clear. All emotions are valuable. Every emotion is part of your guidance system. Think of emotions like your car's dashboard. If the gas light turns on, it's not a punishment, it's information. It tells you something needs your attention. It's the same with feelings. Frustration tells you that your thoughts are out of sync with your desires. Doubt tells you that your focus is on lack, not abundance. Sadness signals that your inner being is calling you upward, and you're not yet following. Instead of judging the emotion, you can thank it. You can say, "Thank you for this signal. I now know which way to turn." Negative emotion is not the problem. Staying there without shifting is. The emotional scale. Abraham describes a kind of emotional ladder. Your goal is never to jump from despair to joy in one leap, but to reach for the next slightly better feeling thought. Here's a simplified version of that emotional scale. Joy/appreciation/empowerment. Passion, positive expectation. Optimism, contentment. Boredom, frustration, doubt, worry, guilt, powerlessness. If you're feeling discouraged, you might first reach for irritation. That's a vibrational improvement. If you're in despair, anger might be a step up. This isn't about pretending to feel better than you do. It's about gently moving toward relief, thought by thought, and each upward shift brings you closer to alignment. Your inner being never joins you in negativity. Here's something truly comforting. No matter how low you feel, your inner being never joins you there. If you feel despair, your inner being still holds steady at joy. That's why the gap hurts. The pain of negative emotion isn't punishment. It's the space between you and you. But that's also why emotional guidance is so trustworthy. Because the moment you shift your focus, even just slightly, you feel better. And that feeling better is confirmation that you're realigning with source. You're not lost. You're just navigating. And your feelings are the map. Practice being aware of your emotions. Most people were never taught to trust their emotions. We were taught to ignore them, suppress them, or push through them. But the Abraham teachings invite us to reverse that conditioning, to begin listening to our emotions first. If a conversation feels heavy, that's a signal. If a job drains you, that's a signal. If a thought about the future brings dread, that's a signal. And in each case, the guidance is the same. Reach for a better feeling perspective. You don't have to change your whole life today. You just have to shift one thought. Emotions are your vibrational guidance system, always telling you how aligned you are with your desires. Positive emotion means you're in alignment. Negative emotion means you're off track, but receiving valuable feedback. There are no bad emotions, just signals. Climbing the emotional scale happens gradually by reaching for better feeling thoughts. You can trust your feelings. They are your direct link to your inner being. So from now on, your feelings aren't obstacles. They are your compass. And when you listen to them, they will always lead you home to alignment, ease, and manifestation. Chapter 6. Be general first, then specific. You've probably heard that being specific is good for manifestation, that you should visualize in detail, see it clearly, feel it fully. That's true, but only if you're already in alignment. If you're not feeling good, if you're in a state of doubt, frustration, or fear, then trying to get specific can actually make things worse. Because when you're out of alignment, your specifics tend to be laced with resistance. That's why Abraham teaches this gentle strategy. Start general. Then as your vibration rises, get specific. It's a simple process, and it's profoundly effective. Why general is so powerful. When you're in a low emotional state, your thoughts tend to spiral. You focus on what's wrong. You try to fix it mentally. You dig into the details of the problem, and the more you do, the worse you feel. This is resistance in action. But when you go general, you stop activating those painful, specific vibrations. You soften your focus. You zoom out. You give your nervous system a break. And most importantly, you create space for relief. Abraham gives this metaphor. It's like trying to slow a car rolling downhill. If it's moving fast, don't stand in front of it. Just gently apply the brakes. That's what general thinking does. It slows the momentum of resistance. Let's say you're stressed about money. Your mind keeps jumping to bills, bank balances, and fear of lack. Specifics make it worse. So instead, you go general. I've gotten through tough times before. I don't have to figure everything out right now. Life has a way of working out. Money is energy, and it can flow again. Things are always shifting. This will too. These are not dramatic affirmations. They are soothing thoughts. Thoughts with enough truth to feel believable, but gentle enough to start releasing tension. And that's the magic. When a thought feels like relief, your vibration is rising. Let it lift, then zoom in. Once you've softened resistance and started to feel better, you'll notice something. Your mind naturally wants to get more specific, but now it does so with positive energy. Now instead of spiraling downward, you're spiraling upward. You might find yourself thinking, it would be nice to have more ease in my finances. I could imagine unexpected income showing up. Maybe an idea will come that really excites me. Actually, I've had some lucky breaks before. See what's happening? You've gone from powerless to possibility, from survival to alignment. And from that state, specificity is helpful because it's rooted in clarity and trust, not panic. This is the dance. Start general to release resistance. Get specific to amplify desire. How to know if you've gone too specific too soon. Here's a helpful signal. If it feels worse, stop. You've gone too far into detail while still holding resistance. That's okay. Just zoom out again. If you're visualizing something you want and start feeling anxious, that's not alignment, it's friction. You've likely jumped into specifics without clearing the emotional path first. Go back to the general. Ground yourself in something steady. Things are always working out for me. I don't need to figure this out today. There's no rush. I'm doing just fine. These aren't cop-outs. They're vibrational resets. They get you back into a receiving mode where the universe can start delivering. Use this practice everywhere. This general first approach applies to everything. For example, relationships. If you're longing for love but feeling lonely, start general. There are kind people in the world. I like the feeling of connection. I'm open to meeting someone when the timing is right. Health. If you're struggling with your body, don't start with details of symptoms. Go general. My body knows how to heal. Life moves through cycles. Things are always changing. And career. Feeling stuck or uninspired, say, I want to feel fulfilled. I love learning and growing. I've found good things before. Once relief comes, more aligned thoughts will follow naturally. When you're in resistance, go general. It slows momentum and brings relief. Once you feel better, get specific. That's when details amplify your alignment. If your thoughts make you feel worse, zoom out again. Use soothing, believable thoughts to reset your vibration. This practice helps you become a deliberate thinker, which leads to deliberate creation. General thoughts calm the waters. Specific thoughts guide the ship, and together they carry you toward everything you desire. Chapter 7. Segment Intending and Focus. Imagine if you could reset your energy before every important moment, before a conversation, a drive, a meeting, or even your morning coffee. Imagine walking into each part of your day deliberately, already tuned to the feeling you want to experience. This is the art of segment intending. According to Abraham Hicks, your day unfolds in segments, distinct chunks of activity or interaction. Each segment is an opportunity to set your vibrational tone in advance, and when you do, you don't just hope things go well, you guide the energy to support you. Segment intending is about pre-paving the vibrational path before you walk it. It's like placing energetic stepping stones before your feet touch the ground. A segment is any natural transition in your day. It might be waking up, taking a shower, eating a meal, driving to work, entering a meeting, answering a call, starting a project, going to bed. Each is a new beginning, and each gives you a chance to set an intention, not necessarily for what happens, but for how you want to feel. And that intention prepares your vibration so you attract more of what aligns with that frequency. So how to set a segment intention? Before entering a new moment, pause and ask yourself, what do I want to feel in this next part of my day? What do I want to bring to this moment? How can I align with my inner being right now? Then declare it softly, just to yourself. I intend to feel ease during this conversation. I intend to notice beauty on my walk. I intend to bring clarity and warmth to this meeting. I intend to receive inspiration while I write. I intend to wind down and feel safe before sleep. These simple intentions do more than organize your mind. They align your vibration so the universe can cooperate with you. Focus is magnetic. Segment intending works because it sharpens your focus. And in a vibrational universe, focus is everything. When you enter a new segment unconsciously, carrying stress from the previous one, you often bring misaligned energy into something new. That creates resistance, confusion, or unnecessary effort. But when you pause to refocus, you redirect your energy and your results. You move from reaction to creation, from emotional drift to deliberate momentum. And what's more, the universe starts meeting you with clearer reflections. You say less, but get more. Things click, ideas come, timing improves. Why? Because your energy is focused, clean, and intentional. You become the composer of your day. Abraham describes this practice as a way of pre-paving. You're energetically laying the road before you drive it. You're deciding what kind of day you want to have, moment by moment, rather than waiting to see what the world brings you. That's the shift. Instead of reacting to life, you're designing it segment by segment. And just like a musician doesn't compose the whole song at once, you don't need to control your whole day. You just tune each segment like a new note, and together they form the music of alignment. It only takes seconds. Segment intending doesn't take effort. It's not a ritual. You don't need candles or mantras. It can be as quick as a breath, as soft as a thought. Before opening your laptop, I intend to feel focused and light. Before picking up the phone, I intend to be clear and kind. Before making dinner, I intend to enjoy this moment of nourishment. And if something surprises you, if contrast shows up, that's okay. It's just another segment, another chance to pivot your focus and reset your vibration. In summary, your day unfolds in segments. Each is an opportunity to reset your energy. Segment intending means deciding how you want to feel before entering a new moment. Focus is magnetic. When you set a clear intention, the universe responds. You become the composer of your day, not by controlling outcomes, but by aligning with desired emotions. This is vibrational living, gentle, deliberate, joyful creation in real time. You came into this life not to struggle, but to create. You are a vibrational being in a vibrational universe, equipped with emotion as your guidance, and the power of focus and allowing as your tools. There is nothing you cannot be, do, or have. And everything you've asked for is already in motion. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to prove anything. You only have to feel your way forward, one moment at a time. And when you do, you become what you already are, a deliberate creator, a receiver of all good things, a living example of the magic that happens when thought aligns with source. Your work is simple: focus, feel, allow, segment by segment, thought by thought, joy by joy, and let life deliver the rest.